Hello, everybody, and welcome to our coverage of episode 27 of the Legends of Chima TV series, Fire Dreaming.
Okay, stop. Stop right there. Let's preface it. It's in the description. You're not going to find the full episode here. Don't whine and complain. You may find this episode offensive. Viewer discretion is advised. Continue.
They'll find it offensive anyway, and they'll get mad anyway at the episode not being in the video, so it's a lost cause, but yeah, it's in the description. So that's right. After a couple months with no Chima, ever since what I hesitate to call Season 2, but I guess Story Arc 2, got wrapped up, we have now moved into the summer 2014 storyline Fire vs. Ice. And man, I think it's going to be one heck of a ride.
That's a term.
Now, based on fan requests and also finally catching him at a time where he's not busy partying or dealing with drama or other stuff, we have been
Sucking at life.
we have been rejoined by Kahi.
I'm back, everybody.
Yep. Now Kahi has not actually seen Into the Outlands episodes
I have
21 through 26, but he plans on it after we do this. He'll be caught up in time for next week, but he is going to get
They
a
didn't do
recap.
that nice recap this episode.
Yeah, but they left out a couple important plot details
Okay,
that
okay.
we're going to get into right now. So before we begin with this episode coverage, quick recap where we last left off. The 8 children were tasked with venturing into the Outlands to save the legend beasts from stuff. And of course, they did it admirably, and even though they're kids, they're expert level fighters, and they do all this crazy stuff. And, you know, they freed all the legend beasts, fought the Outland tribes, scorpions, spiders, and bats, and met a very interesting character named Lavertus, aka Shadow Wind, who allied up with them and ended up sacrificing himself to save them all and get everybody out safely. And that was pretty much it. Consolidated. But of course, based on some hints in this episode, he's not dead. He got buried in a cave with 3 golden chi orbs. Anyone that thought he was dead is stupid. But no, at the very end, the scorpions were like, this chi, it's our quest to get chi has brought us nothing but trouble. It's the reason why we're now trapped in this cave. I hate it. And he threw it down into a gorge inside of a... Well, no, it wasn't a gorge inside of a gorge. It may have been the same gorge. I don't know. Because they were in the Outlands, and then they went into a cave, and then they threw it down a gorge. And then that awakened Sir Fangar, who we see in this episode. The noob villain. And that's it. That's what you missed. So,
Okay.
now, true to the fashion we've established in the last 6 episodes, LJ, give us a brief recap of this episode.
Episode starts off and Eris has gone crazy. She dreams that she is absolutely on fire. Because of this dream, she wakes up in a library, disturbing all the other occupants, and falls out of the Eagle tribe, where she ends up landing to where Laval and Craig are having a chi throwing contest. While they are chucking around this orb of crack cocaine, Eris stumbles upon them, and they're all happy and giddy, and then 2 children come up, and we have our brief recap of what previously happened. So, they're all nice and happy, and Eris is trying to tell Laval and Craig about her dream of being on fire, but they profusely and promptly ignore her. So, they travel on a little bit, do their thing. They're driving along. Eris gets angry. Laval and Krager end up being the worst ladies' men in the entire world and anger her even more. Then we have a very quick... Is this where the scorpions come in again?
Just tell the story of the main heroes and then get into the villains.
Oh. Wait, what now?
Don't like break it up chronologically, just tell what happened to Laval and company and then the villains at the end. Because they cut out like 3 times, so it'd be convoluted.
So they have a a chi tournament again. The gorillas win. They get golden chi, which is a deadly thought to behold. And Eris is still angry with them, apparently. So then there's another fair, kind of like, people selling things and whatnot, as we've seen prior. We have weird bird dude who talks but hasn't been cheated up for some reason, teaming up with Skinnet the skunk to make a bubble bath. You can understand how that's a bad idea. We have Razor and company offering artist renditions of you sitting on top of a mock legend beast, which is also a bad idea and ends horribly for any occupants. And then we have the last two. The rhinos are selling rocks, and I forget who. I think it's Eris selling an alarm clock, which is either super loud or super, super quiet, so it wakes up the bears. She starts having creepy freak-out visions of being on fire again and runs into the bubble bath of doom. Puts out the quote-unquote fire that nobody but her sees. So later, our heroic heroes have a campfire that night. And they go to have a campfire, and that's all nice and dandy. Meanwhile, while all of this is transpiring, the scorpion chucks down his little orb of chi and awakens Sir Fangar. And Sir Fangar's like, gee, well, I'm awake now. I wish I had some more for all of you guys. And so all of the other scorpions are like, hey, boss, we found all this other chi that we stole. All of the chi. We can use this to get out and wreak havoc. And then the scorpion's like, no. I want to be in this cave. That cheese brought us nothing but misery. Dump it in the gorge. And so they do. And it clobbers Sir Fangar on the head. But he awakens all of his buddies and pals and friends. And it was a humorous scene with the woolly mammoths. Antics ensue.
Gotta say, I like Sir Fangar's voice actor.
Yeah, he actually seems
I
like
do. I really liked his voice anger, too.
Voice
anger.
Voice
actor.
Voice anger. Yeah, they actually seem like legitimate threats. They're looking for a way out, and everything's freezing as they walk forward. They find a way out and unveil their vehicles and make some ice staircase up. They find all the scorpions, and they get turned into scorpion popsicles. And then at the end, they're seen coming out of the gorge into the realm of Chima that they wish to they proclaim they will reclaim.
Yep.
That's the gist of it. Long story short, antics ensued. There was ice dudes.
It's a pretty good thing. There are a couple of big things that happened in this episode that I think warrant discussion. And we're not going to do the end one first, because that's a big one unto itself. But first of all, there was probably an unintentional Bionicle reference. Because Laval was like 8 heroes, 1 goal. 6 heroes, 1 destiny.
Yep.
Etc.
I swear, if that was a Bionicle reference, well done, but also, I will end you all.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm kidding, but still. That was like, what did that guy just say?
Yeah. Now, the writing was not bad, per se. It was not season 1 level bad, but I think it took a step down a little bit from the last 6. Too many jokes.
Yeah. I didn't notice.
Too many corny jokes.
Too much. No. Not too much corny jokes. Too much corny laughter.
Yeah, there was a lot of that. Ice villains seem interesting. And ravens are funny as always. But hands down, probably the biggest thing is the campfire scene. Kid.
Okay, there have been a lot of infamous campfire scenes in the past. If any of you have seen Blazing Saddles, the campfire scene from that. And there have been some ones for some good films as well. This has got to go down in campfire scene history.
Yeah. Kahi, what did you think of the campfire scene?
Kahi!
I've been muted this entire time.
No wonder. What have you been saying? Repeat it off.
I've been talking. No, okay. I said first I do want to talk about that one scene with the baby mammoth.
Okay.
And his mother. That was the mammoths seem pretty interesting. They seem like how I guess so. They not even more than stubborn. They seem like kind of these kind of mix of between hick and Jersey, I guess. That makes sense.
That's offending.
Anyhow,
They're like
yeah, but yeah,
they took chi out of one of them and put it in the other.
yeah. Cause your brother needs his chi more than you do. Yeah, that kind of. Yeah. Well,
Pretty good.
that is pretty. But yeah, so I thought that was kind of, it's kind of weird, kind of funny. Like I said, I like the voice actor for what's his name? Help me out here, Meso.
Fangar. Sir
Fangar. Sir Fangar. And all that stuff that happened. I'm kind of interested to see how the Firestein starts up. It's also interesting to note
very weird.
there's a gorge inside of a gorge. Like there's a gorge that supposedly goes down forever. It does not go down
not
forever.
Necessarily. That was improper in my mind. They were not in the gorge. They were in a cave that just so happened to have a gorge.
Oh, okay.
It may have been another part of the same gorge. I do not know.
Never mind. All right. I've been corrected. People listening, don't send your hate in the comments.
Yep.
But man, that campfire scene.
Okay, yeah, the campfire scene. How do you?
So Chima's had quite a lot of stuff to say before. They've said stuff about forms of government. They've had that debate before with the Ravens and the Eagles, and I guess the Eagles share everything. They don't have anything as private ownership. The Ravens are all about private ownership. So a Raven gets into like the Eagles library, and because of all the rules and everything, he's able to take a hold of the diary of what's the Eagle's name?
Aries.
I'm terrible of names for those they haven't gotten this yet. The names are so similar here, I can't keep up. But yeah, he gets Aries' diary and all that stuff. So they've done government. They've done obviously drug use with the chi. They decided in their infinite wisdom, they're going to go and tackle religion. Like you think I'm trying to play it up. No, I'm not actually talking. No, they're talking about religion. They're talking about the creation of their world. Okay, the beavers immediately start chanting about their god. Fix it. Like they don't try to skip around it. They start chanting, fix it. Like, and someone explains, they believe that the great fix it put the Mount Kavora in the sky. That's literally their god. The wolves have their god, the mother wolf. The crocodiles, who is it? The mother of mud.
Yep.
And then like who else believes? Oh, the gorillas believe it was a giant flower that pushed Mount Kavora up into there. They literally talk about
the
all
Ravens.
The
Ravens
religions.
think it was the master thief that stole Mount Kavora from the land and hid it in plain sight.
The master thief.
So
I'm trying to come up with an Ace Attorney joke here.
Don't bother. But no, it was pretty bold.
Yeah.
Anybody gonna say anything?
I'm waiting on Kahi. No, but
I was waiting on you guys to say something. So
Oh.
yeah, no, it's like, we're sitting here going.
the tag.
It was
Yeah.
solidified when Laval was like, "It's okay, guys. We might have different variations, but we all believe in the same great story." And I'm going, "Yep, they're doing this.
I was like,
they are seriously going there."
They're actually doing it. Yeah.
It's very, very, very shocking.
I could not believe it. And no. You see, I have to say something, Mr. Steven Villman. I understand that you do, in fact, watch these, and I appreciate that. And I know that you do get a little bit annoyed at the whole chi is drugs thing. And, that's understandable. But we're not even joking here. This isn't even we're not even attempting to play it off like we're just over exaggerating. Literally, this is what this is. This is literally what they are doing.
They're talking about their creation. This is how their world came to be, and they're talking about the person that created the world. That's religion. All right, they're talking about their own gods. Each tribe has very different god. And Laval's kind of like, no, don't worry, guys. No, we all have the same account, have the same story. They're, it's you can't just say that this is being played up, or we're making, kind of an example out of nothing. They had this debate about religion at a campfire, and I don't know. I don't know what to think about that. I'm not against it per se. I'm not against anything being discussed in children's shows. It just seemed so almost out of place.
Yeah.
Well,
Like they're sitting around a campfire and they're all talking like, oh, this is our world.
I know it's foreshadowing.
We believe in this.
It's obviously foreshadowing
Probably.
because the phoenixes, the fire, they created it, and whatnot.
I think so.
And there was a war with the ice.
It's rumored that the Dream of Sleep was like the first cheat tribes.
Yep. What are you talking about? There's a rumor. You don't know if there's a rumor. You've been out of the loop.
It's not a rumor anymore. My bad.
But no, it's certainly very interesting. Overall, it was a pretty good premiere. I'm gonna wait and see. I'm gonna hold out judgment on how the theme as a whole will be carried out because I'm not entirely sure. They're building to have Ares be a main character, or Ares, and I'm the main character, and I'm not sure if she's a good enough character to hold that role. She's supposed to be smart, yet she does the stupidest things.
Yeah, that's the big thing about Ares. She doesn't really have a good character trait. She's not smart, even though she's supposed to be the bookworm. She's not smart at all. She makes all the dumb decisions. She's not captivating. She doesn't have leadership abilities. She's not the person that holds everything together. I feel like in this one, she's kind of like the Hermione in Fragger and Laval's Harry and Ron bromance. You know, and they're like, hey, we used to be old friends, and then we split apart for stupid reasons. Now we're back together again, and bro, and they're doing all this stuff. They're playing basketball, they're playing soccer, they're taking drugs to be better at soccer and basketball, and then Ares is kind of like, hey, remember me? And all of them don't remember her. And I don't know what happened with the Rhino dude. I wasn't there for the sexual tension that was going on between the both of them in the last Chima saga.
It was addressed,
but apparently she's
solved.
completely over him because she doesn't even give him a look at all. It was not resolved, so she just completely dropped him then.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's not that was just shelved. And she's back to kind of having this thing for Laval. Yeah, she's like the Hermione. She's always whining and oh, I had these weird dreams, and why won't you hang out with me anymore? And it's always you two, and I'm so lonely, and whatever is going on in that head of hers. She has nothing. She has no good character traits. I feel. Not yet. Maybe she'll redeem herself. Who knows?
Maybe. But, honestly, I think that's pretty much it for our coverage of Legends of Chima Fire Dreaming. Unless anyone else has anything to add.
I got nothing.
Okay.
I think that's about it.
Well, I thank you all for watching. Chima is back. Hesitant to say better than ever. Because last 6 episodes are pretty good. We will see where it goes from here. And we will be doing these weekly as episodes are made available. So stay tuned. And if you want to know when Ninjago's coming, we do too. I'm Messinak.
I'm LJ.
I'm Kahi.
And this was Legends of Chima episode 27 Fire Dreaming coverage. We'll see you all next week. Goodbye.